versus currency, you're going to hear this come up a lot. You're going to hear currency come up probably a little bit more because that's like the legal thing. So the FAA requires that pilots log 3 takeoffs and 3 landings every 90 days to be current. It's really not a lot. Daytime, no, it can be touch and go.
So these can be touch and goes for 3 check. And
then for nighttime, so that's a good point. There's different currency levels for day and night. So daytime, 3 takeoffs and landings. So basically you can land, and without even stopping, you can go. Again, it's called touch and go. For nighttime, it's the same thing, but it has to be full stops. So like you have to land, taxi off the runway, get back on the runway, take off, go in the pattern, land, stop.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, which takes more time, but it's because nighttime is inherently more dangerous. You also have to undergo a biannual flight review every 24 calendar months. So once you take your check ride and you pass, amazing, congratulations, you have your private pilot certificate, that clock starts. So the day you get it, you have 24 calendar months to fly to, your heart's content. After 24 calendar months, if you don't take another check ride, like maybe you get your instrument rating within a year, okay, the clock restarts. If you don't do that and you're just private pilot and you don't have another check ride, after 24 calendar months, you have to go through this flight review with the CFI. It's not really like pass or fail. It's just like, hey, you're going to go up with the CFI, you're going to review some flight planning, some maneuvers, some ground concepts. And as a CFI, I'm just going to make sure that, hey, it's been a while. Are you up to date with the new regulations? Have you just been flying at one airport this entire time? Let's kind of expand your horizons a bit and like take you other places, just so I know, like, yes, you're already certificated. Are you very comfortable and proficient on your knowledge and on your flying? I just want to make sure that those skills have not deteriorated. And the flight review it's really up to the CFI what it kind of looks like. Flight reviews require 1 hour of ground, 1 hour of flight training. That's bare minimum. CFI might want to do more. So don't expect it to be like a one and done kind of flight. It might be several flights, depending on how often you've been flying. I've had to do flight reviews for airline pilots who have retired from the airlines and they haven't flown general aviation in 10 years. It's very different. It's a very different world that they were living in, and now they want to fly a 172. They were just flying Boeing 737s. Yeah, they fly a little differently. So I need to make sure with that person, okay, so you've been in what's called the Part 121 world. Part 121 refers to the set of regulations for airlines. We fly in general aviation Part 91. Different set of regulation, different rules. So now I have to kind of catch them up on what's been going on in Part 91 for the last 10 years. So for somebody like that, I might require that we do 10 hours of ground because it's been 10 years since he or she has flown general aviation. So just giving you idea, flight reviews look different for everybody. Proficiency is your personal comfort level. So currency, that's the legal requirement. Again, 3 takeoffs and landings every 90 days. That's not a lot. That's like 1 takeoff and landing a month. So not very proficient. So that is, and proficiency is subjective. So kind of just depends on you and your comfort level. I would say if you can get into the plane and start it like you would start a car, you're pretty proficient. If you're getting in the plane and you're kind of nervous, your hands are sweating, you have the checklist and you're like shaking as you're going through it because it's been a long time, I wouldn't say that you're proficient. And maybe you want to go up with the CFI. If you're a private pilot, maybe go up with another pilot who has been flying. Going up with the CFI is probably your best bet to get to that comfort level again. You'll come up with something called personal minimums with your CFIs to keep you proficient versus current. You always want to aim for this. This is just like a given. Your CFI is going to be like, no, we're going to do 3 takeoffs and landings every 2 weeks, for example. And that might be your personal minimum. And that's the baseline that you hold yourself to. And it does take some self-awareness and accountability because a lot of people will treat their personal minimums, they'll have them, but they'll be like, oh, you know what? It's been 3 weeks. That's fine. I'll be fine. And it's like, oh, well, you kind of set that contract with yourself. You really want to break that contract? Like, what if you were working for a company and they have different proficiency policies that are higher than the currency policy? So like federally legal, but the company might have its own set of rules. Would you break that policy? No, you'll get fired and you'll probably never get hired anywhere again. So treat your personal minimums the same way. It's a contract to yourself, and your CFI is your accountability partner. Hold yourself to that standard, a professional standard. Even if you're not going professional, you're not flying commercial, you're just like, I just want my private pilot just to have fun and fly around. Doesn't mean that you can't act professionally and hold yourself to that higher standard. And you should, because it's your life on the line. If you're taking up family, it's their lives on the line.